Yo guys, how's it going? It's me, Arctic. Welcome to this showcase of my Gene build. Now, we're gonna start this off with saying that I do have a 5-star sword, so that definitely helps you out a lot. However, there are some extremely good options for Gene that I use on occasion, but we're gonna get into that in a second. So first up, Gene, you guys probably think that she's only a healer. However, I will tell you that she does hit quite a lot of damage. As you can see right here, I probably will crit here and just hit that hilly troll. 16k, pretty easy damage right there. The best part about her is that you can pretty much just switch to her, get some easy damage, almost one-shot enemies, and yes, pretty good. And I have her at the level 80 Ascension, and this basically just gave me a little bit more of healing percentage and a little bit more base attack. I did it just because I felt like it. From my build, it's not that crazy really. I've got 50% crit rate. I'm running a crit rate hat, so that gives me like another 30% crit rate. And then I don't have the most crit damage. However, like crit damage isn't that necessary really. You can still get a lot of good damage out of this character without that. And I'm running anemo damage bonus just because I have enough attack. However, even if you do just run attack, you can still get a good amount of damage. You just have to figure out which you want. The weapon I'm using is Aquila Favonia. I also have Skyward Blade, which is fine on her also. Gives you some energy recharge instead of physical damage. But as a main DPS, Aquila Favonia is the best sword for her in the game. Another good sword for her as a pop-in kind of damage dealer is the Festering Desire. This one's also going to give you like extra crit damage on your elemental skills. Basically for support Gene, the best sword in the game for her is going to be your Favonia's sword. This one is extremely good because you can get tons of energy with this easily, so if you want to ult spam, this is the way to go. This sword right here isn't for ult spamming, however it gives me more damage on my E's, so that's why I use that. In terms of my talents, I've got her autos at level 4. I don't really use her autos that much, even though they do still hit pretty hard, so I might level those up eventually, just because Gene is a pretty good character overall. The E is definitely the way to go in terms of leveling things up. As you can see, its skill damage is extremely high. This doesn't have access to elemental reactions like Vaporize or anything, so you can't get any more damage scaling off of it. So it's pretty much stuck kind of in the same damage spectrum. However, this is one of the highest E-spell damage percentages in the game. With other things like Geo, there's not as many elemental skill reactions that are this high. Also, you can get like swirl damage extra versus Geo, which you can't. So, anemo is pretty good. Her ult, basically, it is just her E-spell, but a little bit more powerful. It takes a little bit more time to activate, so that's why it's a little bit more powerful, but they're basically interchangeable. You can use one after the other, pretty much. Also, this is going to have field entering and exiting damage, so if you knock enemies outside of it, you're just going to get a little bit extra damage and a swirl on them. This is basically just heals your team to max, especially with the build that I'm running with my 2-piece Viridescent and 2-piece Maiden's Beloved set. I am going to switch this to 4-piece Viridescent just so I can have more support capabilities, because I don't need the 2-piece on the healing bonus just because my attack is so high, and I'm also leveling up the talents a whole bunch. I actually really want Gene constellations. I got a qiqi constellation on my last missed 50/50, so pretty sad about that. But her first constellation is really good just because you get an extra 40% damage if you hold her E for 1 second. This can be really good in certain situations. Also, just getting a bit more damage if you're into seeing like larger damage numbers, that can be good. Her second one also gives her like more attack speed and movement speed to enemies, 2 characters in your party, so that's really good. Gene's constellations are all extremely good. This first one is for her ult, which I would rather be for her E just because her E does a lot of damage. But the ult bonus leveling is pretty good. C4, basically, this is the one that's extremely good. Like, don't bother trying to get any higher than C4 or 5, really. Like C6 is okay. It only decreases the damage you take, but if you're using Jean, you're not gonna be within deadly range of anything. So C4, it decreases anemo resistance by like 40%. It's really good. So in terms of builds, like if you don't have C1, I would definitely pour in a bunch more into your E in terms of talents. You can build around your E, you can use like Festering Desire or something, you can get some large E damage numbers with that. But other than that, like Jean, you really don't have to do much of anything except get enough attack on her if you want to use her as a healer. And then as soon as you get enough attack that you feel comfortable with healing up your team enough, you can just switch to min-maxing like her actual DPS kind of capabilities, which is what I've done. Basically, I've just got Jean for like quick damage. Like I can only pop into her, switch over to another character. I can only switch over to another character really easily, and then like, yeah, my game's really laggy right now. I can just switch over another character, you know, and then just switch back. Yeah, and like the cooldown is so short. You're pretty much getting like 17k damage every time you're popping in with this character. And it actually hits like all the shields. So like if you're fighting something with pyro, it's gonna still do lots of damage to the pyro shield. It's just extremely good overall. But yeah, like I could get away with running a lower crit damage, and since the cryo set is out, I can also switch over to using a cryo set. Oh my gosh, I don't like this. But see right here, you can pop in, just do some damage, pretty much one-shot enemies, and get them away from objectives. Very good for Spiral Abyss. Oh my gosh, my game is so laggy. But yeah, also another thing, if you pop a Bennett down, you can just switch over to her and do like 23k damage. Pretty easily, pretty easily. It's pretty nice to see that. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like down below. I am also going to do a beta showcase. My beta is extremely strong. I want to show that off. And also a Idyllic showcase as soon as I actually get better artifacts and substats on him. I'm still running at a low pyro damage and then not the best other substats. However, he still hits very hard thanks to my Wolf's Gravestone. So if you guys are interested in these videos alongside my leaks and other upcoming character videos, yeah, feel free to keep up the series, like the series, anything you guys want, I guess. But anyway, it's been me, Arctic. See you all in the next one. Farewell.